NFL is back, boys. We got NFL Week 1 coming up right around the corner. First game is on Thursday. We got the game in Brazil on Friday. And all the other games on Sunday. We got college football on Saturday. Stay tuned for the college football pick'ems coming up shortly. But for now, it's your boy Matt. It's your boy Dan. We're going to pick some games. We're going to our expert opinions. Because we are football experts.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the NFL Network contract yet, but we're working on it. By this time next year, we will have our own NFL Network show. That's a guarantee.
Guarantee. We got the scripts. We know who's hitting each spread. We're going to see who's spreading. Exactly, man. So, if you enjoy NFL or college football content, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video and keep up with our content for more stuff. Want to give us your take on the Broncos?
Yeah, Andrew, who do you think is going to be spreading this week?
Spreading what?
Up for interpretation.
My take on the Broncos. Oh, sorry, I put my retainers in, so I'm going to sound like muffled. But Broncos got the best defense in the league. They're going to be the best defense in... You know what I sound? They're going to be right there in the league. And then your offense, like a year bonus. I'm going to bring my league.
Now we're locking.
After that tangent.
First game, Thursday Night Football. We got Dallas, and we got the reigning, defending national champs in the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think that city can handle another championship in that city. So let's see what happens. I kind of want to see what happens if they go back to back. So the game Thursday night, it's gonna be at Philly. Cowboys. They're gonna be interesting because they kind of added more weapons for Dak. They added George Pickens. They kind of added some offensive line pieces. They added a few running back. They're going to go running back by committee. Lost Rico Dowdle. And they lost Michael Parsons. Huge loss in Michael Parsons. But they pick up Kenny Clark. So you would think that the run defense would improve. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. Eagles, they kept most of the roster from the Super Bowl team. I'm going to go with the Eagles. They're at home. They're a tough squad to play against, especially at home. I don't think I don't think Dallas has what it takes right now to beat them. They might expose their Eagles secondary, but I don't think they'll be able to stop the Eagles offense. So therefore, I'm going to go with the Eagles at home.
Yeah, you kind of hit the point that I was going to make. The Eagles really haven't changed in the offseason. You know, they had no big departures, whereas we see Dallas and they lost Micah Parsons literally last week. They added some key pieces, and we don't really know how those key pieces are going to end up working together. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. We just don't know because we have never seen it. So I'm going to go on the reigning defending. I have a bad taste in my mouth just by thinking about this game.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Eagles. You know, Saquon still in my heart. You know, the Eagles got Big Dom back on the sidelines just walking around like, you know, licking door handles and, sniffing old Reese's packets probably that he finds on the side of the road.
Typical Philly activities.
Dude, typical Philly activities are... I've been to Philly one time. And, like, the history there, so cool. Philly is such a cool place.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a such thing as Philly trash. Like, it's insane. You walk around and you're like, are we in America? Like, I was just at Independence Hall feeling amazing about how this great country was formed, and you walk 2 blocks and there's like 2 bums doing back shots and injecting each other with heroin. It's like, this is not what George Washington fought for. John Hancock did not sign the Declaration of Independence for this.
Yeah, surely New York's not like that.
What we got next?
All right, next game. We got Next game, we got the São Paulo game in Brazil. We got Kansas City at LA Chargers. Now, the keys for this game is for the Chargers to get the run game going. If Jim Harbaugh can control the ground game here, control the trenches, they have a high likelihood of winning. The game is only favoring Kansas City by 3.5. Kansas City, they got to get their passing game going, but they still have Patrick Mahomes. Thing is, Rashee Rice, their not leading receiver, but their top receiver, is suspended 6 games. So he's not playing this game. So we'll see if their weapons can step up for them. I know Travis Kelce has been, he's kind of been on the downslope of his career as of late. So we'll see what happens there. I think the key here for Kansas City is to get their defense going and try to cause some turnovers here. But they have a good defense in Kansas City. But I'm actually going to go with the upset here. I'm going to trust in the Chargers to get the ground game going. And by doing so, I think it'll open up the passing game for Justin Herbert. So I think they got a good game plan here. And Kansas City typically starts out slow. So I'm going to go with the Chargers here.
I thought I was doing something crazy by saying I'm going to pick the Chargers. I'm going to go for the upset. But then you kind of cramp my whole style. We can look at the facts. Kansas City is an amazing team, but they're not a good Week 1 team. Last year they lost against...
Was it the Lions?
Yeah, against the Lions. No, 2 years ago they lost against the Lions. Last year they lost against the Ravens. So historically, they're not a good Week 1 team. They don't have Rashee Rice. Like you said, this is kind of an aging team. They're still a good team. They're still a contender. But I see them having a slow start to this year. It's going to be interesting to see Xavier Worthy, second year of his career. He did pretty well last year. So I'm excited to see what he does this year. But, you know, Harbaugh has the game plan of run. And we all saw, and then run a little bit more. So, like you said, if that's their game plan, if the Chargers want to run the ball, then I think Kansas City's going to have a hard time stopping it.
Only fact check is I think they lost. No, they won against the Ravens.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the notorious, there was a really bad call, and then Isaiah Likely was like...
Oh, yeah, the pass interference.
Yeah.
Next game, we got Tampa. Tampa at Atlanta. So we got Bucks at Falcons. This is a very interesting game. The key to this game, or a key factor in this game, is the Bucks will not have Tristan Wirfs on line. He's going to be missing, I think, the first 3 weeks of the season. So Atlanta's defense has to capitalize on that and get pressure on Baker. That's a key for Atlanta to win this game. Bring pressure to Baker Mayfield. Utilize that Tristan Wirfs is out. They got young pass rushers on both sides. They drafted 2 in the first round, so we'll see how that works out. So I'm expecting Atlanta to go to turn up, and as you can see from the hype wave we started with Kyle Pitts, this is Kyle Pitts' season. He ain't gonna let no one stop him. So I don't know. Tampa has a ton of weapons. Most of them are banged up. I know McMillan, Godwin will not be playing this game. So they'll be with Mike Evans and Ibuka. Yeah, Atlanta, they're stacked with the talent all around. Their offense they got Bijan, they got Drake London, they got Darnell Mooney. But it kind of needs Penix to get going for this offense to get going. So I'm leaning towards Atlanta. They swept the Bucks last year, and they're at home. So I'm going to take the underdogs in Atlanta here.
Whenever I'm 50-50 with this game, and whenever I'm 50-50, I always follow my gut. And I go to the gym every day so that I don't have a gut. But I keep just enough gut to make absolutely deplorable football takes.
A healthy gut.
Oh, yeah. And I take probiotics, too. Super healthy gut. So, if ever I'm unsure in a game that Baker Mayfield is playing, bro, give me Baker all day. We got Baker Mayfield. We got Bucky Irving. We got Rob Gronkowski. We got Tom Brady. We got Levante David. We got Ndamukong Suh.
What?
we got all of the Buccaneers greats. Um,
Jameis.
yeah, Jameis Winston too. He might make an appearance. Um, and I think the big one, I think an X factor this year. So you mentioned that Godwin is out. All right.
Yes.
We all know Mike Evans, aging, but still crazy good receiver. I think that Tampa Bay is going to surprise a lot of people. They're a young team, which is good and bad, but I think they're going to be different. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people offensively this year. I'm not sure about their defense, but offensively, I think they're going to come out of the gate swinging, go to Atlanta, and I'm confident here. Give me Tampa Bay.
Next game, we got Bengals at Cleveland. So we got Bengals at Browns. This is an interesting game. Bengals are favored by 5.5 here. I feel like this is an obvious pick. You got the Bengals, you got Joe Burrow, you got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins. Cleveland, yeah, they have a great defense. Or I want to say, okay, they have a good defense. They got good pieces there. Myles Garrett, got Denzel Ward. But then the offense. The offense is what kind of holds this team back. They don't really have a true quarterback. They got Joe Flacco in there. And he made some noise last year with Indiana, but not crazy, So, the defensive coordinator is not going to fear Joe Flacco in their game planning. So, they also did draft Judkins, but we don't know if he's going to play or not because he still hasn't signed his rookie contract. So I doubt he's going to be playing this game. And their weapons. Jerry Jeudy went off last year, so we'll see if he's able to go off this year. But I'm leaning more with Cincinnati. Even though their defense is kind of suspect, they will have Trey Henderson back. And we're just going to hope that their young talent on that defense can develop into something. So we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely leaning Cincinnati here. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Bengals. The Bengals have the best offense in the league. I think the limb that I'm going out on is very sturdy. It's a sturdy limb. And I can confidently say Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown kids, and T. Higgins, that's the best offense in the league, hands down. So it comes down to their defense, and that sucks for Cincy fans. That sucks for pretty much anybody who cares about, the Bengals here. So I think just offensively, that old adage, defense wins championships, I think Cincinnati's just going to lay it on the Browns. Even if, that means having to score 40 points a game, they have the offense that could possibly do it. And the Browns offense, on the other hand, we can just skip that. I mean, they're not good. Good defense, terrible offense. If you could marry the two teams and have like a combined Ohio team, then that would be something. I think they should join forces and become the Browngles.
The Broncos. That's a great point. I love that. Merge the two teams, and you might have a competent team.
Yeah, exactly. But no, give me the Bengals here, for sure.
All right, ingredients there. Next game, we got Miami at Colts. Interesting, because the Colts are favored by 1.5 here. Don't understand that line. Can't believe I'm seeing a game here where Daniel Jones is the favorite to win. So, Colts, they got some talent on that team, on offense and defense. I don't know if it compares to Miami's talent, but Miami, they're suspect in their secondary and their offensive line. So the key to this game, can Miami protect Tua, and will they be able to get enough pressure to hide that weakness in the secondary? And for the Colts got to bring pressure, and they're going to have to try to expose that weakness in Miami secondary. So I don't know if they'll do it. I mean, I think Miami's offensive line is being a little slept on. I believe in some of the guys that they got there. We still got weapons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Our front seven is still nasty. I think we're still a better team than the Colts, so I have to go with Miami on the road here.
Yeah, Miami is a better team, hands down. I don't know if you can say we've been hearing a lot of stuff about the coaching in Miami being suspect, with there being no discipline in the team, and yeah, Mike McDaniels has lost the locker room. I don't know if that's true, but if we look at the Dolphins from just a pure talent perspective, you have Tua, who is starting the season healthy. You have two wide receiver ones, pretty much. You have A-Chain. This is a good offense. And so if the front line can do their job, open up holes for A-Chain, protect Tua, then I think this sky is the limit for this offense. Like you said, defensive line is good, and there's holes in the secondary. Yeah, there's no disputing that. But let's look at Indianapolis's offense. You have Jonathan Taylor, solid running back, great running back. But Michael Pittman, Daniel Jones, we don't really have the best of the best there yet. Daniel Jones is a great quarterback, but give me Miami here.
Next game. We got a pretty good matchup here in the Raiders at Patriots. Patriots are favored 2.5. Patriots are at home. A lot of hype coming in with this New England Patriots team. Las Vegas is kind of being slept on because their quarterback is Geno Smith. They got Pete Carroll at head coach. They just drafted Genty. They don't really have a lot of big names besides probably Genty and Max Crosby. So they're kind of being slept on. But New England has a lot of talent with that team this year. The key to this game, again, can the Patriots offensive line protect Drake May? That was a big issue with them last year, especially if they're playing against Max Crosby. We'll see what happens. I mean, the key for Las Vegas here is, can they get their offense going with the new quarterback at the helm, with a rookie running back, and with the wide receiver that's looking for a trade? Jacoby Myers, we'll see if he's going to play this game. I think he might be holding out, so they might be moving on without Jacoby Myers here. So this game is kind of like 50-50 for me. I'm probably going to lean towards the side of the Patriots because they're at home here. But I can easily see Las Vegas bringing the pressure, kind of slowing down the Patriots offense. But I'm going to lean with the Patriots here. Give me the Patriots at home.
Yeah, no, this is a very, very close matchup. It's going to be exciting to see these two teams play because they were so terrible last year. So, on one hand, we got New England. They added Stephon Diggs, who I know as of now is questionable. His status for week 1 coming off the ACL injury is a little bit in the air. But they added Will Campbell, huge for the offensive line. Oh, yeah. Brought in Mike Vrabel, who kind of has Dan Campbell energy. And they get Christian Gonzalez back from his knee injury last year. So things are looking up for the Patriots. I think a lot of people are kind of counting them out. They think they're going to be worse than they actually are. But, then on the other hand, we have a new look Raiders. That whole situation with Jacoby Meyer. But let's look at what they did. They got Ashton Genty, who, yes, is a rookie. We haven't seen him yet, but preliminary indications show that he's going to be quite good. Brock Bowers, year 2. Geno Smith, big one. Pete Carroll. Oh, yeah. Pete Carroll is a great coach. Geno Smith wrote him off. He didn't write back. So I think with or without Jacoby Myers, who did they bring in?
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. Yeah, that's who it is. I think with or without Jacoby Myers, I think the Raiders are going to surprise people week 1. So I'm going to pick them over the Patriots.
Next game, we got the Cardinals at Saints. And I'm going to keep this quick. I'm going to be fading the Saints all year long. I don't think they don't have a good quarterback there. I don't believe in that team. I don't think their defense is going to be good. I feel like it's going to be an easy win for the Cardinals. They're only favored by 6.5 there. Give me Kyler Murray. Give me the team that actually has been improving. I know Marvin Harrison's been having a slow year last year, but I think their defense can take a big step up this year. I think their coach is a defensive-minded coach. It's going to be in his second year with this team. So give me the Cardinals on the road. I am mostly fading the Saints here because I'm not a believer in Spencer Rattler or that defense.
All right, so Dan is having some technical difficulties, so I'm just going to kind of go over his points for this couple of matchups. For this one, he's pretty much on the same wavelength as me, kind of fading the Saints. Saying the Cardinals are actually a pretty solid team, so he kind of picked the Cardinals here, and on a similar boat, kind of just fading the Saints.
Next game, we got Steelers at Jets. New look Jets here with Justin Fields at the helm, and new look Steelers with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. So this is kind of like an Aaron Rodgers revenge game or a New York revenge game. So Pittsburgh favored by 2.5. Pittsburgh has a really good defense after they traded for Jalen Ramsey. They did give up Minka Fitzpatrick, but I think it's all right. Maybe we'll see how this defense looks. They also have Darius Slay and Joey Porter Jr. Is that his name? I believe so. The other young corner. They still got T.J. Watt. And the offense, they just traded for DK Metcalf, too. Yeah, what? They got DK Metcalf, big wide receiver option there for them. Jets, man. The key is, can Justin Fields run all over the Steelers defense? Because I don't know if he'll be able to pass on them. So, I don't know. I feel like Justin Fields' passing has been suspect ever since he came to the league. So I'm going to lean with Pittsburgh and trust the geriatric Aaron Rodgers to move the ball on the Jets on the road. I mean, I wouldn't bet on this game at all. But I guess I'm leaning more towards Pittsburgh here. So I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Dan is still doing his research on why it's still Kyle Pitts' year and why he's drafting in fantasy. So I'm back here again. He actually took the Steelers because even though Aaron Rodgers may be a geriatric, he still has some of his prime inside of him. And he's kind of fading the Jets here. Doesn't really like Justin Fields a quarterback. So he got the Steelers here. Got DK Metcalf. Got some options there. And it's a pretty solid defense.
We got your New York Giants at Washington Commanders. Commanders are favored by 6.5 here. New York's kind of got a new look to them. They got Russell Wilson at the helm. They still got Malik Neighbors. They drafted Cam Scatterbo added to the backfield. Their defense is looking pretty nasty. I don't think your secondary isn't all that bad either. I think your defense is like a pretty complete, balanced defense. Washington, they kind of started slow last year, but finished pretty amazing throughout the end of the season. Will they repeat that? We'll see. They kind of invested on that offensive line. I think, they traded for Laramie Tunsil, so they invested in the offensive line. They re-signed Terry McLaurin. And I'm trying to think if they added any more pieces. They got a healthy Marshawn Lattimore now on that defense. But I'm still kind of suspect on that defense. So we'll see what they have. They have pretty good linebackers there in Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu. But I don't know, man. New York's front seven, man. They're something to be afraid of. I'm actually thinking Washington might actually have a slow start here to begin the season. Especially since Terry McLaurin didn't play throughout the preseason or didn't do much in training camp. I'm going to go with New York here with the upset. This is a pretty bold pick. I'm projecting on New York's front seven to cause havoc onto Jaden Daniels. And hoping that Neighbors just starts cooking Lattimore and Russell Wilson just finds him. So I'm going to go with New York on the road. This is me being kind of like, this is my probably like bold take of the week. So give me New York on the road.
Yeah, so now Dan kind of just drafted Shedeur Sanders in fantasy, so now he's just trying to find a will to live now. But he told me that he has the Giants winning the Super Bowl this year, so he has to pick the Giants here. He has the Giants front seven absolutely demolishing the Commanders' offensive line. And yeah, Jackson Dart's going to throw for 10 touchdowns, even though Russell Wilson is playing.
Next game, we got the Panthers at Jacksonville. The key to this game, can Bryce Young get it going? He kind of had it going towards the end of last year, but can he get it going off the bat? They added some weapons for him this offseason. They drafted for McMillan in the first round. I think he's going to be a great receiver. I think he's going to be a great wide receiver one for Bryce Young. They also added Hunter Renfrow for the slot until Jalen Coker can get off of IR, get healthy. They traded Adam Thielen so that Coker could get more playing time, but then he got banged up. So it didn't work out like they planned, but We'll see if he can get it going on a suspect Jacksonville Jaguars secondary. I think they had the worst passing defense last year, or something to that extent. Jacksonville, their key to this game is to get Trevor Lawrence going. They got Brian Thomas Jr. on one side. They got Travis Hunter on the outside. We'll see how much he'll play on defense. And then now they're going to be rocking a running back by committee. The offensive line should be boosted. The defense is not too sure. I think it's pretty much the same. I don't think they did too much. But Jacksonville's at home. They're minus 3.5. I'm going to trust in Trevor Lawrence more than I'm trusting in Bryce Young. I don't know if that's a hot take, but he has weapons there. I think that Liam Cohen can get Trevor Lawrence back to Trevor Lawrence that took the Jaguars to the playoffs. I'm not saying the Jaguars are going to the playoff, but I think the offense will get rolling here. And I just don't like Carolina's defense, what they did with it either. So give me Jacksonville at home.
So I can definitely see why Jacksonville is favored. I just have a feeling about this Carolina team. I have a feeling about Bryce Young. I have a feeling about McMillan. You kind of got me on the McMillan hype train, and then I started doing my own research on him, and I was like, he's as big as a tight end, pretty much.
He's a dog.
Running, dude, and he runs how fast? Like, come on now. So I think Xavier Legette, McMillan, 2 young receivers, Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, their defense a little bit sketchy. But I'm going to take the Panthers here. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year. I don't see them, in the playoffs, obviously. But I also don't see the Jacksonville Jaguars in the playoffs either. Both teams were terrible last year. So you're not just going to overnight become a great team. So if anything, I feel like this is a shot in the dark kind of game. And I have a feeling inside my bones it goes electric when you turn me on. And Bryce Young is turning me on. McMillan is turning me on. Not as much as Jackson Dart, though.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even bring up Jackson Dart, man. It's just Russ for now. And then Jameis, and then maybe Dart.
So, yeah, give me Carolina here.
All right. Moving on. Next game, we got the Titans at Denver. I'm going to keep this one pretty quick as well. It's a rookie quarterback going against one of the best defense in the league right now in Denver. Cam Ward, can he move the ball against his defense? We'll see. I mean, he doesn't have much help besides Calvin Ridley right now. I mean, yeah, they drafted a couple of guys. They got Tony Pollard there. And I think the offensive line is kind of being slept on. I think Tennessee will have a really good offensive line. Now, as far as defense, you got to kind of get going on. We'll see. I think Denver will be able to move the ball better against the Titans defense than the Titans will against the Broncos defense. So, and plus they're at home, so they got home field advantage. I'm going to go with the Broncos here. Give me Bo Nix and give me Sean Payton.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Broncos winning the AFC West. So I think it's going to be kind of a steamroll of a game. I think Cam Ward is a good quarterback, but I just don't see many weapons around him. I don't see many weapons offense. I don't see many weapons defense. When we look at the Broncos, defense, absolutely incredible. Bo Nix, arguably, between him and Jaden Daniels, that was a tight Rookie of the Year race. Second year, Bo Nix, let's see how he does. I'm high on him. Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, RJ Harvey has been getting a lot of hype. So a very young team, minus Cortland Sutton. But I think they're coached better. I think they have more experience, and I'm super high on the Broncos this year.
There we go. That's something to keep a note of the sophomore slump for Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix and see how they're able to handle that. So we got San Fran at Seattle. This is another one of those games. It's kind of like a toss-up. It's 50-50. San Fran is favored by 2.5. Seattle is at home. It's a new-look Seattle team. They got Sammy D at quarterback. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba still. They added Cooper Cup, and their offensive line is always suspect. But you hope they kind of improve this year. We'll see what happens. The defense is something to keep an eye on because the coach is a defensive-minded coach, and they added a lot of good pieces to that defense. I think this defense can improve a whole ton. And San Fran is missing a lot of receivers this game. They won't have Ayuk. He's still recovering from his ACL. They won't have Juwan Jennings. I believe he's suffering from a hamstring injury. So the wide receiver one is going to be Ricky Parcell. So we'll see what he's able to do. And then they also have Christian McCaffrey. We'll see how healthy he is. He's another player in question with the San Fran team. But I'm going to go with Seattle at home. I'm going to go with another underdog here. Week 1 is a weird week. You see a lot of underdogs winning this week. We just don't know a lot about the teams. And I'm just thinking more Seattle because I think they'll be the more healthier team. I think their defense is going to be, I don't want to say, they might be better actually. I think they might be a better defense because San Fran's secondary might be in question after losing a couple of key pieces there. So I'm going to go with Seattle at home.
Yeah, I'm not that high on San Fran this year. I do like this new look Seahawks. You know, this game they're at home. I've heard a lot of great things about their defense. And that's what made Seattle great in the past is their defense. And I know we're not back in 2014. I wish we were because Odell, Wooden, Eli, and Saquon, all that wonderful stuff.
Oh, the Giants.
But, yeah. Oh, man. Anyway. But I like this new look Seattle. We saw what Darnold was able to do with the Vikings. And Cooper Kupp aging out, but I think there's still a little bit left in the tank. Kenneth Walker. This team has good pieces. It all comes down to how they're going to be coached. Their defense is good. Their offense can be good. San Fran is just getting screwed by injuries. That's been the story of San Fran for, honestly, the past, 3 years. So hopefully CMC can stay healthy. We haven't heard anything about him not being healthy. But it's just those receivers and the departures on defense that have them looking a little bit shaky this year. So I'm going to take Seattle at home. 12th man. Let's get it.
All right. Yeah, and Seattle can be a tough place to play as well. But
so hard.
Next game, we got Detroit at Green Bay. Interesting game. Lions. There was a talk in town last year. Now this year it's kind of a little bit Green Bay. A lot of people are hyping up Green Bay this year. And now, especially last week, they made a move, traded for Micah Parsons. Huge move. So that defense is going to look even better. The only question about the defense might be the secondary. They lost Jair Alexander. But they still have Xavier McKinney there. Lions, they lost their 2 assistant coaches. That's going to be the talk for probably the first couple weeks until they get their offense going. I feel like they're going to hit some obstacles on the way. They might be a little rusty. They might get some flags, some penalties. So I think they're going to take a little bit to get going. So I'm actually with Green Bay here at home. I know the Lions have so many options on offense. They just don't have that Ben Johnson offense anymore. So we'll see what kind of how this Lions team is going to look under a new offensive coordinator, and how the defense is going to look with kind of their key pieces coming back from major injuries, like Aiden Hutchinson coming back from a broken leg. There are 2 interior defensive linemen coming back from, I believe, torn ACLs. So we'll see how this team is looking. I think they're going to be more leaning towards a slower start. So that's why I'm going to go with Green Bay at home.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Oh, yeah, Green Bay. I was looking at the odds wrong. I thought Green Bay was the underdog. Yeah, if you had asked me to analyze this game a week ago, I probably would have picked Lions, but I think Micah Parsons changes everything. Micah Parsons is a game-changing defender. So the fact that Green Bay have him now, huge for their team. Good offense, added Marcus Golden, I think. I don't know, the receiver. First round of the draft. He looks like he's going to be a monster. Yeah, Matthew Golden. looks like he's going to be an absolute monster. They still have Josh Jacobs, who was Mr. Anytime touchdown last year. So things are looking up for the Packers. Detroit is still a great team. Their offense has potential. But the thing with it is we don't know this new look offense. We don't know this new look defense. They didn't lose many key pieces over the offseason. But, they have a different mind coaching them. They have different strategies maybe. They have a new bless you look. So I don't want to trust a team that, it's kind of like trusting a girl who her dad walked out on her and then her mom walked out on her. Like, I'm not going to trust a girl like that. She's going to slash my tires and blame it on Mercury or something. So I'm not trusting the Lions here. Plus, I don't like Jared Goff. I like him as a person, great guy, but he'll have amazing games and then just have an absolute turd burger of a game. So I can't trust Jared Goff. I don't want to trust the Lions here until I see them play. So give me the Packers here.
All right. I think we're on a similar boat there with the Lions. Kind of great analogy there.
Thank you.
Love to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Next game, we got Houston at Los Angeles. So we got Texans at Rams. Rams favored by 3.5. I feel like some people are sleeping on the Texans a little bit, but it's tough to say. You kind of look at both teams on paper, and the Texans' offensive line is probably one of the worst in the league, and the Rams' defensive line is probably one of the better ones in the league. So you can easily see the defensive line for the Rams causing havoc for this Texans team. But time and time again, Texans get slept on. They were the underdogs against the Chargers last year. Just kind of blew them out. Their defense is stacked, man. Their defense is awesome. And the Rams are coming in with Matthew Stafford kind of banged up. He got that back injury going on, so we'll see what he's able to do. So this is like another 50-50 guess. I think we have a lot of good week 1 matchups here.
The Rams make sense, but I'm going to go Texans here. Defense, I made fun of people who say defense wins championships literally 20 minutes ago. Defense wins championships, guys. Texans defense is nasty. They don't have Tank Dell yet. They do have Nico Collins. He's healthy. They have Nick Chubb. So I think the Texans are going to surprise the Rams here. The Rams just sketch me out with their injuries. Puka doesn't have a great injury history. Kyron doesn't have a great injury history. Stafford is usually pretty solid, but like you said, coming in with a back injury, So I think I'm going to go with the young team here. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, dude, I kind of want to switch my pick now. Hey, I'm switching my pick. I'm taking the Texans. I'm so back and forth in this game. I'm just going to go with the Texans and stick with it.
So then it's confirmed. The Rams are winning this game.
Yeah, fair. All right, main game on Sunday, we got Baltimore at Buffalo. Ravens at Bills. Bills favored by 1.5. Pretty much a pick 'em. This is a banger of a game. You got Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. Buffalo at home is a tough team to play, and Baltimore has some tough luck against in big games, whether it be the pass interference or was it Isaiah Likely having his toe right out of bounds, or Mark Andrews dropping a 2-point conversion. So I don't know, man. These are two really good teams. Buffalo's at home, but I really like this Ravens team. I think they're probably going to be one of the best teams in the league this year. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry is already hard enough to stop. I'm gonna go with the Ravens here. The Ravens on the road. I mean, I could regret this pick as soon as game time.
Yeah, no, this is by far. I don't think it's close. This is the game of the week for sure. And also a very likely playoff matchup, whether it's conference or whatever the case may be. People always say, "Oh, the window in Buffalo is closing. The window in Buffalo is closing," but yet they always find a way. They always play
Yeah.
as a team, and they don't have big name players. They have Josh Allen, and that's it. Josh Allen, maybe James Cook. Defense, they don't have any crazy names. Offense, they don't have any crazy names. They always find a way to outplay the other team. The Ravens team is stacked. They're well coached. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, a pretty solid defense. But I can never count out the Bills. Josh Allen changes games. Games really do come down to one play at times, possibly. And if you can't contain a guy on 3rd and 8 and he scrambles for 9 yards, resets the downs, that could change the game right there. So both Lamar and Josh can do that. This is a 50-50 game, so I'm going to go with the home team here. Dude, I'm beyond tired right now. I cannot talk. 50-50 game. I'm going to go with the home team. Give me the Bills.
The last game, we got the Vikings and Bears. New look Bears team. They added another receiver there in Luther Burden. They got offensive mind coach and Ben Johnson. Interesting kind of pair going on there with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. We'll see if Ben Johnson is able to turn around Caleb Williams' career here. He's been struggling. They kind of beefed up that defense. Defense should be good for the Bears. But the Vikings, man, I see them as a complete roster. Their defense is complete. They got Brian Flores as the defensive coordinator. And I can see this Vikings team being one of the best defenses in the league. Now, the question with the Vikings is their quarterback position. J.J. McCarthy, is he that dude? We don't know. We got to wait and find out. I mean, it's a lot of questions there, but he does have the talent around him to succeed. They got T.J. Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson. They don't have Jordan Addison this week. He's suspended. They got Aaron Jones. They got Jordan Mason. He got weapons around him. The offensive line is pretty good. So I think because of that, he's going to play pretty good. He doesn't have to play great to win this game. He just has to play good enough to, just good. Just steer the wheel of the nice car. So I'm going to go with the Vikings because I still have to see it from the Bears. They kind of looked a little slow in the preseason, but their defense is looking like it's getting better. And so is their offense. But I still think they're going to take a little time. So give me the Vikings here.
Yeah, this is another really good game. The NFL schedule makers did a really good job picking their primetime games this week. Oh, yeah. I think Ben Johnson as head coach is going to change so much. We saw the offense in Detroit. The offense was insane. One of the best offenses in the league. He comes in. Caleb Williams was a great college quarterback. We didn't see him be a great NFL quarterback last year. But they have weapons. They have DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Swift, that good defense. So I think really what it came down to, and we saw this many times in a lot of their close losses, they were so poorly coached last year. And so I think that's what made them lose games. So I'm not high on the Bears this year. I wouldn't say that. But I think a lot of people are counting them out. A lot like the Giants, A team is terrible for so long that you kind of look at them and say they're going to be terrible this year. And I think this year the Vikings have a lot to prove. We've never seen J.J. McCarthy throw a ball in the NFL. We know most likely he will be good because, he sat back, learned from Sam Darnold last year, and he has all the weapons around him to succeed. Vikings have a good defense. But, again, I'm going to go with the home team here. I'm going to go with the team that has kind of a fresh breath right now, and that's the Bears.
The Bears.
All
right. So like we mentioned, we're the experts here. We got the scripts. We're going 16-0. Well, we kind of had some picks.
Yeah, we had some differing picks.
We had some different picks. One of us is going 16-0. Just stay tuned. I want you to find out. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel to follow us for this upcoming season. We're gonna be posting a lot of content the upcoming weeks. So stay tuned, follow us. Follow us on our socials on Reese Football Pod on Instagram, Reese Football 99 on TikTok, and we'll catch you guys next time. Catch you later. Peace.